Howdy Commanders, Echo here. Today I'd like to discuss the importance of playing your spawn. Our game of Legends is plagued by people going rudder hard over and abandoning their spawn before any reds have even been spotted. This often leads to a snowball effect that cascades out of control, leading to a loss. The blues at the other spawns in every single game are counting on you to take care of your spawn, and the fellow blues, your spawn mates, at your spawn need your support to be able to do so, to be able to take care of that sector of the map that has been assigned to you by the spawn mechanics and given to you as your responsibility. So today, we're going to take a look at a game that brings the importance of playing your spawn into sharp, crisp focus. Hopefully you've noticed there that I'm in the Tier 6 Tech Tree Japanese destroyer, the Akatsuki. We're in a division with Shadow, he's in the Belfast, and Modern, he's in the Hood. Rocking his Azure Lane camo there for the Hood. We're on Crash Zone, we got the Northwest spawn at Alpha. It's the one neutral cap arrangement, so each team starts with a cap in the north and then Charlie is neutral. And we are punching up to 7 in this game. Huge swaths of this game, I'm going to let the background, original, back and forth, live chat between us division mates play out, so I won't be commenting over the entirety of the game, but just keep the game in the background, in your mind, watch the mini-map, watch what's happening. I will bring it up from time to time, but I mainly want to discuss playing your spawn, and we're going to see the initial lesson here at work coming up in just a few seconds. We're at Alpha, and the way I like to play this sector of the map when you get this kind of each team has one arrangement off the beginning is I like to try to play this side of the map. This is usually the side of the map that wins the game, and if you can push through and cap the enemy's cap that they start with, you can often just basically ignore what happens at Charlie, hold off, and win the game.
Just, like, get around behind Bravo here?
I guess.
Kind of looks like it.
I don't know what I'm doing now. I came over here, now I just look like a big buffoon.
Why did I give that much lift to Colorado? I should realize how slow that ship is.
Yep, because the cruiser that was at Bravo, Wichita, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, just go cap that.
Yeah,
I'm
slamming the rudder over and turning the speed boost on because I'm going right into Bravo.
Okay, let's pretend for a second that Wichita plays his spawn. He sits within 9.0 of Bravo. I can't push into Bravo. As soon as I get within 9.0 of Wichita, he just radars me, lights me up. I can't possibly get the cap. And he can very likely kill me in a single radar duration. 30 seconds from Wichita, lights out.
Their DD is not in Charlie.
With a full accuracy build.
I don't know where any of their team is, like, what they're doing. I just...
Look at this lemming train.
Battleship, though.
Look at the lemming train.
Modern and I?
No. Although look at
other.
our fucking. Why is Leon in Alpha and Cleveland? Like, what are you possibly doing?
So not only are the Reds not playing their spawn here at the Bravo cap, but some of our teammates who were assigned kind of the more central spawn or the Charlie spawn are not playing their caps or spawns either. They're kind of looping in a clockwise direction, and so are the Reds, and both teams are just kind of doing a clockwise rotational lemming train, kind of chasing each other's tails like dogs running around at a dog park in a circle. But now you've noticed, without any modicum of opposition, we got into Bravo, flipped it, got it right away, and now we're just free to sit on these two caps and roll the points in. We took that without a single second of opposition. If even one of those ships had lingered there and shot at us, prevented us from pushing in, delayed us in any way, we wouldn't have the cap as early as we did. You know, Modern in the Hood wouldn't have been able to push in because he would have been spotted. They would have been shooting him, resetting him, etc. It would have taken that much longer to get that cap. We wouldn't have been getting the points from it as soon as we had. And getting caps and sitting on them is the way that you win domination mode games.
We've lost 2 ships. What the F? But now we just sit on Alpha Bravo. We should be okay.
As you can see, we're down 2 ships, but we're up 2 caps to none. Now, if our team that spawned kind of mid and Charlie would have been playing their spawn, the Reds wouldn't have been able to push into Charlie as aggressively as they had. They'd be more capable of getting resets, and the enemy wouldn't get Charlie quite as quickly. We would be able to do to them what the enemy should have been able to do to us at Bravo. Now, yes, their destroyer is probably in there. He's unspotted. It's very unlikely that we'd be able to completely prevent them from getting Charlie, but we'd be able to get resets on ships here and there, green ribbons, and then it would slow down their Charlie cap progress, and they wouldn't be able to get it as soon as they have. But we are up 2 caps to none, down 2 ship kills to none, so we're in kind of a bit of a bind here. We don't have the greatest of map presence. Yes, we've got coverage and kind of a blockade, if you will, of the enemy pushing into Alpha and Bravo, but because we're down 2 ships, it makes it possible for the enemies to push in. There are a few Reds that are pretty weak, like that Algerie there that I've been lighting up, but it may still not be enough to overcome. So now I'm just going to play quite a bit of this game sitting here just preventing a push. I got 9 torps on tap every like 62 seconds or whatever my reload is. Just a hair over a minute. I can spam out 9 IJN DD torps that are a huge threat. I mean, I can basically one-shot any ship on the board at this point. So they have to respect that. They know that I'm roughly in this area, that I cap Bravo, and that I've been floating around. Indy had picked me up on his radar there for a little while, so they know I'm roughly in this kind of Alpha Bravo area. And they have to respect that and be careful on their pushes. Vlad there is pushing in, but he is getting whittled down. Our cruisers there are doing some damage on him. We do land 1 torp at the other Vladivostok that had turned away from us. Again, using our torps to kind of zone and prevent a more superior, strong-armed push, and forcing them to kind of push one at a time. Speaking of pushing one at a time, the battleship that's in front of Modern there, he's just about to get into the Charlie cap. We're going to see how that ends up for him, kind of lemming training. Now, better positioning for those 2 battleships are to go about 2 grid squares to the east on the other side of that island that sticks out of the south part of Bravo there. And they'd create a nice wall. Look, Leon died. He just like fed himself into the jaws of the red team. I don't know why. He spawned the mid spawn, went through Alpha that we started with, went through Bravo that we capped immediately, and then pushed into the jaws of the Reds and threw his ship away. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. I'd encourage you to go back. This is a great game to watch in fast forward. In the editor, I can scroll through the game really fast. So after you finish the video, go back and watch the thing in like 2x or 4x, whatever your YouTube player will allow you to do. There I'm shooting at Gneisenau, trying to get him to turn into my torps. Didn't work, but it was a valiant effort. Modern goes down in the exact same place that the Leon did. Look at the mini-map there, and their shaded out dead ship icons are like indistinguishable from each other. So go back and watch this game after you finished it, and watch it in fast forward, and just watch what happens when the teams like abandon their spawns and do this like clockwise rotation, chase each other nonsense. See how it works out for the Reds, see how it works out for the Blues. Look at individual ships and watch it in that more like fast forward motion. So here we're just trying our best to get torps onto that Chad. It doesn't really work because of the angle of the island, but I'm hoping that he'll slow down a little bit. Not that he has much of a reason to, being that there's a whole 1 cruiser up there that's got any sort of threat on him. So he's probably just going to barrel forward at full speed ahead. But again, we're just, kind of playing roughly our spawn. We spawned Alpha, we dove across, we got Bravo, and now we're just playing this area.
We have no battleships left, and they have 3.
Noting there that we have basically no weight left. It's 3 cruisers.
We're still ahead is because
granted, one of them's a heavy cruiser, the Baltimore, but
caps.
We have 2 light cruisers, a heavy cruiser, and a torpedo-focused DD left against a bunch of battleship weight. Their Wichita's got me radared now. They also have an Indianapolis with radar, so I can't be super effective. I can't go wherever I want. I get zoned out by those guys. And their destroyer is just a wild card. It's been ages since he was last spotted. We have basically no idea where he's at. He could pop up around the corner of an island at any point. If he's paying attention to where my torps are getting launched from, he can roughly ballpark guess where I am approximately, set up some kind of ambush. He might even be coordinating with this Wichita to come around this island. I don't know. We're behind on ships, but if you notice, because we're up 2 caps to 1, we played our spawn and the Reds abandoned theirs at Bravo.
I'll just smoke you guys up.
We're somehow ahead on points.
Yeah, I got 7 seconds. At 5
And that's
seconds
largely
on
because
mine.
we played our spawn
It's like the one you're actually
and the
in is out.
Reds at Bravo didn't. So Shadow's smoke there from his Belfast dissipates. We're going to go give him some smoke, try to keep him alive as long as possible. If we've got any chance of winning this game,
Just stay there.
it's going to be to stay alive,
Reverse.
prevent them pushing Alpha Bravo, keep them out of these caps, maybe take 1 or 2 more of them with us, and try to keep at least one of us alive. We lose Cleveland, it's a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a DD left against all of those Reds.
Their DDs and Bravo.
3-6. And now their DD's gotten onto Bravo.
Belfast can't.
So we're not getting points off of that. We're tied on point income, and if I don't do something about the DD on Bravo, they're going to be up double income to 1.
I hit a torp on something.
I have the damage.
Oh, I hit a torp on. Yeah, I know.
Got kind of a lucky errant torp there. I probably shouldn't have landed that, to be completely honest, because that was just like a random send at that Wichita as he was coming around the corner there, hoping to be able to hit him. Look at how bad that Akatsuki's detection is. 6.2 we picked him up. We were able to close in on him, get a nice aligned shot. We don't have to snapshot it. We've got plenty of space to push in on him, get a little closer for better accuracy, line up the shot perfectly, wait for him to accelerate, account for that, land some shells at him, and in just 2 volleys, he's a third of the way dead. He's clearly not seen my PSA that the IJN DDs have guns, because
I don't care what world.
I was lit there for 2 salvos, and he didn't shoot back at me. He's trying to rely on his cruisers to shoot back at me. Thanks to my Type 4 camo, they've got some pretty bad incoming fire dispersion when they shoot at me,
Just us 2 against.
and they aren't able to hit me at all, so I'm still at full health. We launched some torps into the smoke, hoping to hit him, you know, that torpedo magnet that he's sitting inside of.
I can't possibly carry it.
We do, unfortunately, lose Shadow to an Akatsuki torp in the smoke. He mentioned there that it looked like the torp shouldn't have actually hit him. He had tried to dodge it.
Pushing 8.2.
And now it looks like this is like a total loss. My torps didn't kill the Akatsuki. That would have been like our last real good chances. Like, we finish off the Akatsuki with a torp. I'm able to get away from Indianapolis, launch more torps at either like him or one of the battleships on my next reload, and maybe try to keep these guys out of the caps and get the game over on points by just the skin of our teeth. Wait a minute. I'm spotted. I'm like line of sight spotted?
What am I spotted by, though?
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
How am I spotted?
What the fuck am I spotted by?
It says that something is inside my blue detection ring. Well, the only thing that can be is Akatsuki. But he was inside the smoke.
Does he have fucking 3 kilometer? Is that why his spotting is so, his concealment is so bad? Because he's got fucking target acquisition module in slot 3 instead of concealment.
And there you hear me recognize in real time, A, why his concealment was so bad.
We could actually still win.
In addition to the fact that he wasn't wearing a camo. But even then,
cruiser kills both of the enemy
he was
cruisers.
proxy spotting me. That's how I was getting spotted. Hashtag Dear Wargaming, it should not be the eyeball spotting when you're proxy spotted. Bring back the ship icon that indicates a proximity detection. If he's going to proxy spot me, I need to be able to know that that's how he's spotting me, not an eyeball line of sight, somebody's inside your blue type of spotting indicator. If we have a separate one for sonar, and we have a separate one for airplane, we need to have a separate one for proxy spot. We get a lucky fire there on Indy. Baltimore's doing great work. He got a reset on Wichita when it was clutch. Unfortunately, we're not able to spread our shots around well enough to completely get enough resets. They also had some point or some capture progress on one of the battleships there. I don't really have time to target on the Colorado. I aim them near him in case he turns towards me. Unfortunately, we are going to lose the Baltimore, but not before he takes down the Wichita. That was clutch.
He's dead.
Now look at the point differential, 692 to 588.
Damn it, we needed one more reset.
We're down 2 caps to 1, but we've held Bravo for basically the entire game. We started with Alpha. We held it for most of the game. We were able to delay the Reds' capture of Charlie long enough that we were able to build up a nice big points lead. Watch this. Whew. Are we going to get it?
We won! Holy shit, we won!
I don't believe it.
How the fuck did we win that game? Oh my god!
That was pretty nuts.
Oh, wow! Yeah,
we have to commend Danito 7488 there in the Baltimore for a lot of clutch play right there at the end of the game. Helping me take down Indy, getting some resets on Wichita to delay their recap of Alpha just a little bit, taking the Wichita out with him. That cannot be understated. Thank you so much to Danito. We actually went on to look at his PlayStation profile. He was in Germany. At this time of day, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning in Germany, so I don't know if he's a night shift kind of guy or what, but shout out to Danito there in his Baltimore. That was an excellent display of late game, high game IQ from him to get those resets and help prioritize the targets that he needed to take down, trade out some cruisers. And you saw there an excellent example. Look at how close that game was at the very end. If they would have delayed us at all on getting that cap at the very early part of the game there, again, as I said early in the replay, if Wichita would have just hung out near that cap, sure, we might have pushed him off if his friendlies abandoned him there, you know, with a Hood and a Belfast coming in at him. But if he'd have delayed me even 10, 15 seconds from getting that cap, and then the rest of the game plays out the rest of the way it did, we'd lose that game. But instead, they all completely abandoned their flank before any of us had been spotted, and we ended up winning. Well, thanks an awful lot for listening, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, stay salty, Commanders.